Good evening yet again, everyone. Very glad you're here. Good to see you. And yes, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show, this comfy, quiet little corner of the internet where we do a little drinking and a little thinking. And I brought the old trusty Earl Grey tonight. But bring whatever you got. Doesn't matter. As long as you're learning and having a good time, that's really all that matters. So, hoping to do some shows where it actually has me in it pretty soon here. But I, I just can't catch a break. A bunch of sick people in the house, coughing, sneezing, all that stuff. Had some neighbors move out. They like to party a lot. And I figured, oh, maybe these new neighbors will be quiet. But actually, the new neighbors that moved in, one of the people there has a drum set. And I don't know, I'm about to go talk to this guy. Like, who drums at 10 p.m. on a Sunday? Or a Monday? Like, don't you work? Does anybody work anymore? I don't know. But whatever, we make it work, right? That's why I'm here. Parked in my little car, miles away from my house. The show must go on, right? Anyway, the show will indeed go on, and that's actually what I want to do today. I want to share an article with you about mask mandates. Oddly enough, here in California, the liberal state on planet Earth, the mask mandates appear to be ending, and I was actually extremely shocked hearing that. Couldn't believe my ears. I said, whoa, what's going on? And a thought hit me once I did a little thinking, and I will share it all with you after I finish reading the article, which comes to us via sfgate.com. For those of you who aren't in the area, aren't in the know, SF is short for San Francisco, so sanfranciscogate.com. And the title reads, California is lifting its mask mandate on Wednesday. Here's what to know. And today's actually Tuesday. I just found this article today, and I was so shocked, so excited that I wanted to share it all with you. I will link it below in the description. You can read it for yourself, or you can stick around and listen to the sound of my very sharp and intelligent voice as I read it to you.
We're on a bridge, Charlie.
All right, here we go. Mask mandates ending Wednesday, and the article reads as follows. California's mask mandate officially lifts Wednesday, and all counties in the San Francisco Bay Area, except Santa Clara, plan to drop indoor face covering requirements for vaccinated people. Yes, that means if you go to the movies or eat out at a restaurant, you no longer need to sport a mask in Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, Napa, San Francisco, San Mateo, Solano, or Sonoma counties. Just south of the Bay Area, Monterey and Santa Cruz counties are also aligning with the state. Now, a little pause here. Just want to, for those of you who don't know or aren't in the area, California is pretty liberal. All these counties that this article just listed off, Marin, San Mateo, San Francisco, Napa, those are heavy blue, Democrat areas. Not even just talk about Democrats and Republicans. I mean, like, just liberal. Like, if the Soviet Union came back, these people would welcome them with open arms and flowers, okay? That's how left these counties are. So just keep that in mind, that, them dropping the mask mandate is kind of a freaking huge deal. Anyway, moving on. State Health and Human Services Secretary Dr. Mart Galley, or Galley, I'm not sure, I'm going to say Galley, said in a Monday press conference that while masks are no longer required, he recommends that people use caution and continue to have them on hand for circumstances such as large indoor events. There are a few notable exceptions, however. All people, vaccinated or not, will still need to wear face coverings in certain settings, including the following: public transit, including airplanes, ferries, trains, subways, buses, taxis, and hailed rides, and transit hubs, such as airports and bus terminals. Indoors at K-12 schools and in childcare settings. Galley said Monday that masks will continue to be required in schools until at least February 28th, when the state plans to reassess the data. Emergency shelters and cooling and heating centers. Homeless shelters. Long-term care and adult and senior care facilities. Healthcare settings. Correctional facilities and detention centers. The state continues to require that people who haven't gotten their vaccinations wear masks in the above places as well as in all other indoor public settings. This means that if you're not vaccinated and you go to the grocery store, the state says you must wear a face covering. Businesses can ask patrons for proof of vaccination to determine whether individuals should wear a mask. They can also continue to require all patrons, regardless of vaccination status, to put on a face covering. Don't be surprised if you go to a store and find a sign posted at the door asking you to mask, even though the mandate was lifted. When will Santa Clara lift the mask mandate? Santa Clara County Public Health Director Dr. Sarah Cody said last week that while the Omicron surge is subsiding, she believes the community transmission rate remains too high to stop requiring masking. Currently, we are emerging from the Omicron surge, and it's been about a month since the peak, and our cases and our case rates are 40% of what they were, Cody said. But we still have very high levels of community transmission, still higher than at any other point in the pandemic pre-Omicron. And so, the risk of being exposed to someone with COVID in our community is still high. Santa Clara health officials are watching 3 metrics to determine when to lift the mask mandate. One of those metrics has already been met. That is, 80% of all residents are fully vaccinated. The county is also requiring that COVID-19 hospitalizations are, quote, low and stable, in the judgment of the health officer, and the 7-day average of new cases per day is at or below 550 for at least a week. Public health officials said they anticipate that indoor masking requirements will be dropped in the county, quote, in a matter of weeks. California gives counties the option to adopt policies that are more strict than the state. Cody has a history of implementing rules that are more restrictive than other regions. She was the reported architect of the lockdowns 2 years ago at the start of the pandemic. And there you have it. There you go. So for those of you who didn't like the lockdowns, you can thank Dr. Cody of Santa Clara County for being the reported architect of the lockdowns 2 years ago at the start of the pandemic, per this article. So be sure to send her all your love notes and your love voicemails. I'm sure she would love to hear them. So anyway, mask mandates getting lifted. Obviously, for us on the side of liberty and freedom and all that is good in the world, this is a good thing, right? You know, less government in our lives, government telling us what we can do, what we can't do, telling businesses what they can and can't do. Great stuff. You know, love it. Especially coming out of the Bay Area here. You know, they're planning on lifting these restrictions. It's normally I would say it's a good sign. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's not a good sign. And to go into detail of that, I'm going to circle back earlier about that thought that I mentioned. You know, I was doing some thinking, and it just kind of popped in my head, and I found myself asking, why now? You know, why now? Why are they lifting the mask mandates? Why is the state government lifting the mask mandates? Why are these heavily Democrat and liberal areas lifting these mask mandates, you know, all at once? And then it hit me. The election's coming up. Yeah? They don't want to get the boot. You know, people are fed up. People are angry. The vaccines have been out for a long time. You know, cases are down. Deaths are way down, and they have been. They stopped talking about deaths a long time ago. I mean, for the longest time, I want to say most of last year, they started talking about cases. And I don't know if anybody else noticed that. They stopped talking about deaths because they were way down. You know, so then they switched over to, oh, well, there's a lot of cases. So, you know, a little trick there, but whatever. The point is that, you know, the Bay Area and the state of California didn't suddenly find, you know, the appeal of liberty. You know, they aren't revolutionary war heroes mounting their ponies and putting on their tri-corner hats. No, they're scared that they're going to get the boot. Because not only did we lock down and destroy small businesses for 2 years, you know, intruded into people's lives forcefully, I mean, just all sorts of stuff. Not only did that happen, okay, but here in California, we have a huge problem with homelessness, and these counties especially, Santa Clara, San Francisco, Napa, Solano, where I'm at, we have massive homeless problems. And they got worse under the Corona problem, or the era of Corona, I should say. Crime has gotten so bad. I mean, really bad. I live just down the street from a mall, pretty much walking distance. I can walk there if I want. Very comfortable bike ride, or I can hop in the car and it's literally 2 to 5 minutes depending on lights. I don't go to that mall anymore. I don't know anybody in my circle of people that goes to that mall anymore. It's a trash heap. It is full of crime. There's, like I said, there's trash. There's homeless that walk around and panhandling. Half the stores are closed. It's a mess. So, these liberals, these people in charge, they have done nothing but make the problem worse. And, as dumb as their ideas are, I think they have a little bit of self-introspection, and I think they can at least sort of look around and notice that they aren't very well liked in these areas anymore. At least the politicians, they could say, oh man, I got a D next to my name, but none of these D people are liking me. you know what I'm trying to say? Like, even among, and I talk to them, I got plenty of people I know that are Democrats. Nobody wants homeless people in their front lawn when you wake up in the morning, you're trying to go to work, and you got a homeless guy sleeping on your front lawn. Nobody wants that. I don't care what political party or affiliation you're with. Nobody likes that. So, like I said, I really think that these politicians, in fact, I know, I'd be so bold as to say, I know these politicians are just doing it for the election coming up. They're weasels. They'll do what they can. They'll do whatever they need to do to get elected. And the timing, I mean, it's February, so, they're counting on the American public having a short memory and, hopefully forgetting what these horrible, horrible politicians, what they did to us. And, they're going to try and turn around and say, oh, California is a leader in the nation, and, or my personal favorite, we're the 5th largest economy in the world, or whatever. I hate that stat. They keep saying that, and yet there's homeless people everywhere. There's garbage in my streets. It feels like I'm living in a third world nation. Okay, maybe if you're an executive at Facebook or Google, those stats might make you happy. If you're some politician like Gavin Newsom, I'm sure those stats make you happy. Okay, but crunching numbers and GDP and bean counters and eggheads and some government building counting fake numbers doesn't mean the economy is great for everybody. Okay, just throwing it out there. Believe your eyes. Don't believe government numbers. These people are insane. So, anyway, getting all riled up here. Take a breather. Hang on. Little calming breath here. Oh man, I end up like Alex Jones here. Bisexual frogs are coming for us. All right. Anyway, I think that's about it. Like I said, I just wanted to share this article with you all, and hope you got something out of it. And I hope that you are also very excited, like me, to drop this stupid mask mandate. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And, I hope things work out for you. Things aren't going so well. Let me know. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Or, reach out to somebody. That's better than not. Trust me. If you're doing well, things are great. Things are awesome. That's awesome. That's great. I'm happy for you. Keep it up. But please, 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 remember the little people. The little people in your life and the little people along the way. We'd be much better off as a society if we all helped each other out, right? At least that's what I believe. So, anyway, like I said, hope you got something out of it. Hope it didn't bore you too much. And, I think that's about it. So, yeah. Take care, everyone. Good night.